For the residents of Blue Hills, it is nearly a 30-minute delay leaving the island's most populated settlement. With two of the largest high schools and a number of primary schools, exiting is a task for residents on a regular weekday, leaving many to ask what will happen should an emergency evacuation be needed. News 4 spoke with the Director of Disaster Management, Jamel Robinson, who says creating the new infrastructure may be up to the EMS and Planning Department. But as for reacting during an emergency, Disaster Management is already working on alternative routes using the GIS system.
Which is Geographic Information Services and Systems, to identify and actual in real time where your access points would be in. And you can also inform, residents of possible evacuation routes in the instance if their main route is closed off. There might be back roads or non-traditional paved roads that might be available for their use to evacuate any particular community.
Robinson says that the key benefit of using the Geographic Information Services and Systems is that it helps in identifying those problem areas before a disaster occurs, because here in the TCI, something as small as a flood can create a disaster if not prepared.
Into specific use for it can be to identify alternative evacuation routes into particular communities and areas that may be blocked off either via flooding or by debris. Pre-incident, you would be able to identify the likely places or the likely roads or junctions or roundabouts that are in most instances will have particular flooding. And the one that comes to mind is the one near First Caribbean Bank on Leeward Highway. But obviously there are other areas within Providenciales that either has only one access into and out of the community. So those places, if they're blocked, and for instance, if we're trying to get relief items in there, that will be identified as soon as we get the information out of the field that is being blocked.
News 4 was unable to confirm with the Engineering and Mechanical Services or Planning whether or not Blue Hills will be getting an alternative road soon to help reduce traffic. But as stated by Robinson, emergency routes are being looked at for all of the Turks and Caicos Islands, primarily Providenciales. For WIV4, I'm Jody Harvey.